Hey everybody, it is Jonathan Keller,
And Sophia Laurie.
both from California Family Council. We are here, as you can see, in front of the beautiful California State Capitol building. It actually is a wonderful day compared to yesterday. If you were watching everything that we were doing with the prayer vigil yesterday, it was rainy and cold and wet. Today is actually gorgeous, and I think it is a good reminder for all of us that despite very disappointing, frustrating, some would even say demoralizing election results yesterday, God is still in control, and we still are grateful to be your voice of sanity here at the Capitol.
Yeah, and even though yesterday was a rainy day, it was a beautiful day just to be on the steps of the Capitol in prayer and worship with some great pastors from across California and faith leaders that joined us. And it just gave us hope and joy in remembering that no matter what happened in the election, that God is the king and he is on his throne.
Amen. And that is something that I think we really, really need to remember. When you look at the results yesterday, there was a lot of kind of back and forth with you look at some governors across the country, like Ron DeSantis, a champion for pro-life values, for family, for liberty. He won big. But on the flip side, you had Gavin Newsom winning big out here in California. So it was kind of a mixed bag on some of those elections. But Sophia, the thing I was really just sad about, discouraged about, was to see even beyond the margin of victory for Gavin Newsom, Proposition 1, the extreme abortion constitutional amendment, at this point, even though only about half the ballots in California are counted, already it is outpacing Gavin Newsom's vote total.
Yeah, Proposition 1 is just people have voted for it, and a lot of them didn't know what they were actually voting for, and now we're going to see one of the most disgusting and horrible abortion bills, and they're being enshrined to the Constitution and in the Amendment of California, and it's going to be an awful thing, but we're going to keep fighting for life no matter what's getting put into the law.
So I want to tell you, if you're just watching this for the first time, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, I want to remind you, California Family Council is not going anywhere. We are not backing down because of a single election result. In fact, we've said it before, but in case this is the first time you're joining us, we actually just signed a brand new 5-year lease on our new office. We have an office that is just blocks from the Capitol, or blocks from where we're standing right now. It's walking distance to the Capitol, and we are thrilled to be in that space for the next 5 years. We're going to be defending your values. And I want to point out, Sophia, 5 years goes past all of this coming Newsom administration, well into the next administration of whoever's going to be the California governor. So we're going to outlast Gavin Newsom here in the city of Sacramento and in the capital of California.
Yeah, and that's just a good reminder to you all that whoever's being voted into the legislature here in California, they're going to come and go. We're here to stay. We're here to be your voice, and we're here to stand up for your values.
And on that note, I wanted to give you 3 quick things that I think we see as an organization that we really hope the pro-life movement in California will do moving forward. I just want to reiterate, our mission, if you guys have been on our website before, you've probably seen it, and if you ever heard me speak, I harp on this all the time. But our mission is advancing God's design for life, family, and liberty through California's church, capital, and culture. And those are the 3 areas that, regardless of what the final vote tally is with Proposition 1 or however many the different parties have in the building behind us, that mission, working through the church, capital, and culture, that is not going to change. We're going to keep doing that regardless. So number 1, on the church side of things, it is absolutely vital that we work to disciple the next generation and this current generation. Sophia, I know your pastor, Jack Hibbs, had a phenomenal statement about, sadly, what Prop 1 showed about the lack of discipleship.
Yeah, it's now more important than ever for pastors to step up and to teach their congregation about how to be involved in this culture, because the culture is shifting farther and farther away from biblical values and biblical truth. But your congregation is not going to know what to do if you're not teaching them. So we need to advance, and that's what we're here for too, to also help pastors out and teach them and encourage them how to get involved in what's happening in the world right now.
So one thing I love that Pastor Jack said in his statement today about Prop 1 is we are not only going into all the world and preaching the gospel, but we're also teaching those people to obey all that God has commanded us. That's the church. Number 2 is here at the Capitol. One thing specifically on the pro-life side, if you're upset about Prop 1, if you're discouraged by the results of the election, plan to join us back here at the Capitol on Monday, March 6th. Put it on your calendar right now. What's happening that very special day, Sophia?
So Monday, March 6th, we're going to be hosting the California March for Life, and it's just an amazing event. We get to worship here at the Capitol. We get to hear from amazing speakers about the pro-life movement, and then we actually get to march around the entire Capitol and make our voices heard. We need the legislature and everyone in the media and the news to see Californians are pro-life.
That's absolutely right. And I'm thrilled about that. You guys can go to ca.marchforlife.org. You can sign up for that. And we are hoping to have dozens, heck, hundreds of churches. We would love to have people from all across the state representing this important issue here at the Capitol. And as a reminder, I mean, I don't care what constitutional amendment they pass. I don't care what the makeup of the legislature is here. God's people can still show up and lovingly and respectfully call out people and be a voice for truth. The final thing is in the culture. So, Sophia, this is something I know you've spent a lot of time with, working with some great organizations. I've worked with 40 Days for Life, but you've worked with Love Life. And I think there are 160 abortion clinics roughly around the state of California. And can you talk about why Love Life, or what Love Life is, and why it's so important that we have a Love Life chapter eventually outside of every one of those abortion clinics?
Yeah, so Love Life is an amazing organization. What it does is it's teaching people in the church how to get involved in helping women that are in pregnancies that they might have not been expecting. So Love Life, they go outside of Planned Parenthoods and they pray and they're peaceful and they offer help to women. But they don't just stop there. They then go on to, when they do help women, they take them and have baby showers for them. They help them through their pregnancies. And again, they don't stop once the baby is born. They continue to mentor them. They continue to babysit the child if the mother needs to go to work. If the mom's moving homes, they'll step in and help move her home for her. They're there to help from pregnancy all the way for the child growing up. And it's an amazing organization, and we need to get involved, because if we do not help the moms that need help, abortions are going to continue to rise. We need to show them there is options to their life.
That's absolutely correct. And the other thing I'll say as part of the culture is, right now there's about 160 abortion clinics. There's about the same number, a 1-to-1 ratio, of pregnancy resource centers. And we need to not just slightly increase that, we need to double that. We need to triple that. A couple weeks ago, Elizabeth Warren, a senator from Massachusetts, said she was so angry because pro-life pregnancy centers outnumbered abortion clinics in Massachusetts by 3-to-1. Well, we have a long way to go until we get to even 2-to-1. So that is a huge option that the culture can work on, regardless of what happens in this building behind us, regardless of what happened yesterday at the ballot box. Folks, there's no reason to be discouraged. There's no reason to say, well, I guess I got to move out of California now. No, there are babies and mommies who need our voice and our hands and feet today, tomorrow, and every day for the next 5 years, 10 years, indefinitely. That's something that we can all do together. And it starts, again, working through the church, working through the Capitol, and working through the culture. So, Sophia, before we close out, any final closing thoughts or comments?
Yeah, just based back going to Proposition 1, again, don't be discouraged, because no matter what laws go into place, that's not going to change abortion. We need to make abortion unthinkable, and we're going to work until it becomes unthinkable. So as long as they keep putting into law, we're going to keep fighting it, and we're going to make it that no one here needs an abortion, because there's so many resources available to them, and it's unthinkable.
Absolutely. I think that is a perfect place to end it. Folks, thank you so much for your prayers and support. I will say, just as the CEO, I have to say this, we're coming up on the year-end giving season. We would absolutely love not just your prayers, not just your participation in our volunteer work, but we'd love your financial support. We are excited to have this new building, but it is not cheap. We're thrilled to be able to have this outpost for your voice and your values, but we need you to provide us even more resources and support as we continue to work on it. God bless you guys. Look forward to talking to you all soon.